Alright, welcome to lesson 2, Eat to Lose Weight. In the last lesson we discussed macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates, and fats, and what role each macronutrient plays in the body. In this lesson we're going to talk about dietary recommendations, how many calories and how much of each macronutrient to eat in order to lose weight. And again, I remind you, the number one reason people get discouraged with fitness and quit is due to lack of progress because their nutrition is not on point. Remember, nutrition is 80% of the equation. Exercise is important, but your nutrition is what determines whether or not you make progress. First, let's start with calories. A calorie is a measurement of energy that food contains. 1 gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories, 1 gram of protein also has 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. Your body requires a certain amount of calories each day to maintain your current weight. So step number 1 is to determine how many calories your body requires each day to maintain your current weight. So here's the thing. In order to lose weight, you have to take in less calories than you burn. That's called creating a calorie deficit. And you know what? It's really that simple. You can do that by eating less food, or burning more calories through exercise, or a combination of both. 1 pound of body fat is made up of about 3,500 calories. So to lose 1 pound of body fat per week, you need to create a 3,500 calorie deficit, or a 500 calorie deficit per day. For example, if you're a sedentary female aged 35, your daily caloric maintenance requirements are about 1,800 calories per day. Sedentary meaning you only do light physical activity associated with typical daily living. Of course, this is based on averages. If you're a waitress and you're on your feet all day, your maintenance calories will be a little higher. In order to create a 500 calorie deficit per day, you could simply eat 500 less calories, or in this case 1,300 calories, which is pretty low. In fact, if you eat under 1,200 calories a day, it's recommended you only do that under the supervision of a doctor. Or you could keep your nutrition the same and exercise a lot to create a 500 calorie deficit. That means like 2 hours or more a day. Or you could eat a little less each day and exercise moderately each day to create that 500 calorie deficit. Of course, that's the balanced approach that I recommend. So your nutrition goals would be to create a 250 calorie deficit by way of eating a little less and exercise moderately each day to burn off about 250 calories also, meaning about 45 minutes to an hour each day. Now you've created a healthy, balanced 500 calorie a day deficit, and you're going to start losing a pound of body fat per week. Okay, the other important factor is determining how many of those calories should come from protein, carbs, and fat. According to the National Academy of Sports Medicine, 35% of your daily calories should come from protein, 45 to 65% should come from carbs, and 20 to 35% should come from fat. So if you do the math, it looks like this. You start with 1,800 calories a day maintenance, subtract 250, and you have 1,550 calories as your target each day. For protein, multiply 1,550 times 35%, and that gives you 540 calories that should come from protein. You do the same for carbs. Let's go 40% times 1,550, and that equals 620 calories that should come from carbs. And 25% times 1,550 equals about 387 calories that should come from fat. So, as you can imagine, tracking your nutritional intake is vitally important to this process. Without calorie tracking, it's very easy to get a couple hundred calories too many or too few. That boils down to a couple of portions of food, or 10 to 12 bites of food. That's it. Fun fact, every single one of the top 10 weight loss programs in 2021 include some sort of diet tracking. Another fun fact, just about every successful fitness personality tracks their nutrition. I guarantee every successful model, fitness model, and bodybuilder tracks their food intake very carefully, and I track my nutrition. All of my successful clients track their diet. So are you getting the point? Quite frankly, the only clients I ever had that didn't succeed were the ones that refused to track their diet. And again, I remind you of that statistic. The number one reason people get discouraged and quit is due to lack of progress, because why? Their nutrition is not on point. I know that might sound overwhelming, but I promise you it's not. With the right tools and a little practice, it'll become second nature in no time. But I can't overstate the importance of tracking your nutrition. So, the next question is, how do you do that? There are different ways to do this. You can simply write down everything you eat during the day and calculate your totals along the way. That's what I did when I first started. Or you could download one of the free fitness apps like MyFitnessPal and track it on your phone. So what's the best way? The one you will use. It really doesn't matter which one you use as long as you use it. So I will provide you a link below to the top 5 calorie counting apps, which brings me to your action points for this lesson. Action point number 1. Download the estimated calorie needs chart to determine your estimated calorie needs. Or you can use the link to the Spirit and Muscle online calorie calculator. Action point number 2. Print out the Eat to Lose Weight worksheet and follow the instructions to determine your calorie goals for each day and your target protein, carbs, and fat. Action point number 3. Print out 3 copies of the nutrition assessment food log, and for the next 3 days, I want you to write down everything you eat, including the calories and the macronutrients. Okay? For 3 days. Don't change what you're eating, just record what you eat. And this is going to let you know where you need to start making changes moving forward. Okay, action point number 4. Start tracking your nutrition. Okay, so on the link, click on the link to the top 5 calorie counting apps, do some research, decide which app is the best fit for you. Then after your 3-day nutrition assessment, begin using your new diet tracking system. Okay? So that's it for this lesson. I know it's a lot. This is a big one, a lot of information. Take your time, use the resources, review the lesson, listen to it a couple times if you'd like. Let me know if you have any questions in the space below. And then, when you're ready, I'll see you in the next lesson.